Hi to anyone that's tuned in. Nick GB, I see you're in the chat. This is just a quick audio test. I'm going to go mute in a second and see how terrible this sounds. So bear with me and we'll be going live in a minute. Right, 1 second. Okay, I see a few other people have left a comment. Lisa Stevenson, hello, thanks for joining. Mudlark Digging Up the Thames, as always, thank you for joining. It's always great to have you along. And Mudlark, you're always very faithfully watch my live streams, it's great. Beam me up, Scotty, another regular viewer. I'm glad the audio sounds good. On my end it's a bit poor, but that could be the device I'm streaming from. Hang on a minute, I'm hearing a bit of a hiss. 1 second. No, that's probably just the fans. Right, where are we? Okay. My timer is coming to an end. Nick GB, crystal clear. You know, that's a real relief because usually the audio is awful. Right, where are we? Yeah, I've got a couple of things we'll look at in this live stream. Plan to go for maybe an hour or so. I'll try not to go any longer than that. Sweet Baby Kitten, another regular viewer, hi. Thanks for joining us as always. I hope you guys are good. And Sandy, 123. Sandy, you're another regular viewer. In a minute I'll tell you my inspiration for this live stream. Well, not inspiration as such, but where are we going with it? I'll be starting in a minute, properly. Yeah, YouTube they've kind of changed their live streaming window. And it's all a bit confusing. Also, OBS, which is a bit of software you use for you use to actually do the live streaming, has also been altered. They've updated that and changed how that looks. So this will take a bit of getting used to. Right, like I said, what made me want to do this particular live stream was one of a channel called Reboot the Matrix. He recently, he's brought out some brilliant videos looking at Boris Johnson's girlfriend, Carrie Simmons. He said in one of them, actually, he believes that Carrie is... he believed one of the pictures of Carrie was photoshopped. Right, hang on, I'm going to show you my screen now. Where are we? Right, getting there. Okay. I'll just check that you can properly see. Right. Anyway, and of course, other than... Oh God. Other than... Oh. Mudlark, you also watch Reboot. Yeah, he's a great channel. You should be able to see his... I'm just going to line it up a bit better. But you should be able to see his channel here on the screen. It was in this video. Do you know what? I might put a link to Reboot's channel into the live chat in case anyone wants to subscribe to him at some point. Oh, no, that's not right. Let's see. Right, this is him. Okay, if anyone's not subscribed to Reboot the Matrix, you should be able to click on his channel. Alright, click on the link I've just put in without losing this live stream, I'm not sure. Subscribe to it and then get back to this live stream. Anyway, like I say, in this particular video here, Boris Johnson's T-Girl exposed. He looks at all sorts of stuff. He also, he's a bit like me in believing that football and major sporting events are also hoaxed. He's done a good breakdown of the Michael Barrymore incident. Yeah, like I say, a great YouTuber. Now he was looking at some photos of Carrie Simmons. He believes she is a trans, which is something I'm going to go along with. Amazing Grace, hi, thank you for joining as always. And Crystal Martin as well. It's good to have some familiar faces around. Right, yeah, so Reboot's video inspired me to, I was thinking of doing a tutorial video on a couple of websites, one of which is called Forensically. Hang on. Of course, my computer's now going to ground to a halt because I've got too much going on at once, which is typical. Alright, yeah, one was called Photo Forensics and one is called Forensically. Both allow you to basically look at photos people have uploaded and kind of scan them. You should be able to see if something is photoshopped using these websites. So this will be a quick guide on how to use both of them. Anyone in the chat, are you familiar with these? With either of these websites? Right, both allow you, well actually Photo Forensics, this one, I would say is kind of more basic in terms of what you can do, but it allows you a couple of cool features. You can upload images from, say, a website. So if we went to, I'll just go to a news article somewhere. Oops. Right, let's go. Signs of life on Mars. Actually, this could be a good one because any news article about Mars generally has loads of pictures. Right, so we can copy the address, go to Photo Forensics, go to image URL, control paste, upload, and this will give you a list of all the images on that particular web page. Just trying to line the screen up so you can see more. There we go, how's that looking? Right, now Photo Forensics has scanned that web page for the pictures and will even like little thumbnails in the background. As you can see, 64 by 62 is a tiny picture that you can still, yeah, you can still forensically examine it. Like, probably the largest picture on here is this one of the Mars rover. And using photo forensics, we can. It's a shame I'm not using full screen. I'm tempted, but it would then lose the chat box, which we got up on the screen. Sweet Baby Kitten, is there a tap running? Now that is my audio problems that I always seem to suffer with. Hello KG, not a name I recognise. Christy G from Iowa. How are things over in Iowa? And have you joined one of my live streams before? Like I say, a lot of these names I recognise. Certainly Amazing Grace, Sweet Baby Kitten, all the rest of it. You guys, Sandy, Mudlark, but not yours. Sounds like a water feature, doesn't it? So how long has that sound been going on out of interest? Because, yeah, when I originally asked, everyone said the audio was crystal clear, and now people can hear water. I'll tell you what it might be. On on OBS, which is the software. I'm not going to bore you with this stuff too much, and I'm not going to get sidetracked, but it allows you to compress the audio and stuff, and I think that's what is causing the background noise. Right, where were we? Photo forensics. You can hear me fine. Well, that's good enough. Yeah, you'll just have to consider that noise, I don't know, a relaxing water feature that I'm using to, yeah, whatever. Right, okay, here is the Mars rover and what photo forensically does. Right, what I might do, thanks for the feedback, Mudlark, I'm glad you can hear my voice. I might do, we'll lose the chat box for a minute. Give it a second while I mess around. Right, chat border, no. What is that now? Yeah, sorry, I could have. Right, we're gonna go full screen for a minute. Meaning I'll be sharing everything, which isn't ideal, but right, here we go. For the purposes of this interview, for the purposes of this video, looking at photo forensics. Right, this is looking at ELA, the error level analysis. Which means, well, one way to compare it would be, we'll go back to photo forensics, and we'll look at a picture which I know for sure has not been photoshopped, so it'll be one I took myself. There it is. Right, this for example, definitely not photoshopped. This is what you should expect a photo to look like when it uploads. I'd be very impressed if anyone could determine where that view is. Right, looking at error level analysis. Here, you can see it's almost like looking at a negative on a camera. Okay, that's the main feature it'll do. There are other stuff you can do. If you click hidden pixels, it's taking a long time to load. Right, no hidden pixels. Now if the original picture had been cropped, it would it would show up. JPEG percentage, I'm not sure what that means. Quality determined from the quantization tables that encoded the JPEG. This is a little, right, JPEG last saved at 90% quality. This is a little beyond my technical know-how now. Metadata, that means where it was taken. Oh, no, there's a lot more to it. That's geodata, isn't it? Metadata, this will tell you all the technology that was used, what software the camera or phone was using at the time. It tells me what phone I was using, when this picture was originally taken, which as you can see was back in 2012. Whether I had the flash on, it says I did, and it was fired, which I find hard to believe because I never use flash, but whatever. Gives you the altitude reference. Loads of great information you can take from a picture, but like I said, it even gives you an approximate location of where the picture was taken. Bath, England. We'll have a look and see how close it was. Entry Hill, yep, that was taken just off of Entry Hill actually. Pretty smart, hey? Right, so this is how you would expect the error level analysis of a regular taken picture to look. More or less like that. But if we go back to, right, where was it? This one. And we'll look at pictures of the Mars rover. Oh, upload error. Okay. There we are. Right. Okay, we'll try this one now. Obviously, it's a different type of picture. Right, this is supposed to be, I'm going to say Mars. Is that Mars or Pluto? Let's go to the actual web page. Oh, is this the methane gas on Uranus? Oh no, methane gas on Mars could lead to the discovery of a microscopic Martians. Right, whatever. Now, if you want to inspect that picture closer, you can click on it. Right, as we can see here, you can see this image has been clearly photoshopped, as in cut out and cropped onto a black background because of all these square lines. And a straight line. What you should be getting is that should be one smooth surface. You shouldn't be getting blocks as you see here. Another thing, if this was a legitimate photo, you would have all sorts of metadata like you had on that one I just took. Now they give you barely any information. Tells you it's been encoded. And that's about it. We'll go back and look at some of the other pictures on there. Like this one. Okay, we want to be seeing straight lines. Yeah, there is another website. Like I said, there's this one, Photo Forensics. There's also one called Forensically. Okay, the Mars rover. Right, what's the original picture look like? I've forgotten already. But although some may accept that to be a legitimate picture of the Mars rover floating around on Mars or whatever it's doing, it's pretty clear to see it isn't, because once again you don't have smooth round edges, you've got very jagged, cut out blocky areas, and it looks nothing like the smoother picture we had a look at earlier. Right, I'll just go into the chat a minute. Sweet Babies mentioning Dorset or Emmerdale Farm. Was that a reference to something? Right. Sweet Baby Kitten. I really would recommend you have a look at Reboot the Matrix video on Boris Johnson's girlfriend. It's a real eye-opener. Hello Eamon Pewdammer, another regular viewer of my live streams. I don't know if all the stuff about Mars missions is fake, but I know some of the Mars Curiosity rover pictures are completely fake. Well, I'm of the opinion, Eamon, the whole thing's fake. Amazing Grace, they usually claim that the pictures are composite. What that would supposedly explain the inconsistencies. They might well suggest it's Amazing Grace, thank you for the comment. They might well suggest it's a composite, but can you see anywhere on here which says it? I mean, if you go on NASA's website, they probably are relatively open about the fact it's a composite. But here they put this picture up on Twitter. While increased methane levels measured by Mars Curiosity, which the picture is supposed to have there. Oops. It's important to remember this is an early scientific result. To maintain significant integrity, the science team will continue to analyse the data before confirming results. Right, we won't go too off track here. Right, Nick GB's just shared a comment which I'm going to allow. There's a big link to this Bojo story and the John Warboys. Yes, very good. Very good point. Yeah, you have to read a long way down before you see anything. Right, they say that's an infographic. But again, I believe we're led to believe this is a real image of the red planet as it's come to get known. But yeah, I do believe that's a subject for another video, because I get sidetracked if I start talking about how fake the Mars Curiosity rover is. Where were we? Yeah, I lose track myself. Right, this is photo forensics. So like I say, I'm going to put a link. Oh no. Cider Guy, NASA, laugh your ass off. Absolutely. They make me laugh mine off as well. Blanca Cummins, Sweet Sunday, Bobby Zines. Thank you very much, Blanca. How are you? And thanks for joining us today. Amazing Grace, composites usually only apply to the planet and space photos. Isn't that all NASA create? Alright, the close range rover pictures wouldn't explain the pixelation. Very true, but an even bigger question on that one, Grace, is how do they even get such a close-up picture of the rover? Have they got like a remote control camera going around taking pictures, or has it found a reflective surface on Mars where it's taken a picture of itself, like a selfie in a mirror? Goodness knows. Or is there two rovers out there taking pictures of each other? Whatever. Right, I'm going off the point. We were going to look at Forensically. This is the other one. Now it's beta. You're able to do a lot more analysis with this one, but it is a little more there's a bit more to it really. Apologies if this isn't a particularly great tutorial, but we're at least taking a look at these websites. They've been around a while, so some of you might have already come across it. We've got another Grace. Graceful Dancer. Hi, are you in Bath? I'm in the Bath. Oh no, yeah, Grace, that's terrible background noise, background audio caused by my rubbish equipment that I'm using. Yes, Cider Guy, completely agree. How do they get a close-up? Yeah, of course it is. Right. Okay, with Forensically, you cannot do what we do on photo forensics, where you can upload a URL. You have to have the file saved onto your computer, which is, oh, battery running low, better switch my charger on. So yeah, you can only use local files, as in files you've saved onto your computer. Open file. Okay. Right. Okay, once again we'll look at a picture we know isn't well, I know it's not Photoshop. Now here, it will do certain things like clone detection. Magnifier just means you can magnify closely on some of the areas. It's what you call pixel peeping, I think, if you want to really inspect an image. It's pretty cool. Right, clone detection. That is obviously at NASA, and all their photos are very often found using clones. Right. When that bit's flashing, as we can see now, it means it's loading, it's working, it's examining the photo to look for any clones. It probably will find a few, even on this, like maybe a brick will look similar, a couple of blade of grass might look the same. But here you can adjust minimal similarity, minimal detail. Yeah, like I think it's saying this bit, these areas are cloned, but that's because the bricks are probably identical. The roof looks the same, the sky. The interesting one for me is always the ELA, the error level analysis. Right, bear in mind this Forensically is in beta, so you sometimes get things like here where it hasn't loaded up properly. There we go. Come back to us now. JPEG quality, you can increase that. Now again, what you're looking for here is anything that stands out. Now on this picture, they haven't found any errors. We can up the error scale and the opacity, meaning how much of it is. That's good for comparisons. But no matter how much you change this JPEG quality, on this picture you will not see any errors. Not really. But we'll now open a file that we know is, well, we strongly suspect has been photoshopped. How about this one? This is that wasn't the one I wanted because it's got this big ring around it, and that, as we'll see, was something they put in. 10 points to anyone that can name someone in this photo. Right, this is a better one. Right, error level, okay. Yeah, once again, judging by this, there should be something here, like steps almost. that's been cut into the picture. If we drop the opacity, you can see there are cliffs, but I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It would suggest maybe the rocks have been messed about with. And this here around his head should be one smooth kind of, it should all be pretty consistent. There shouldn't be one area of his face which is very pixelated or picking up a lot of noise, and another area which isn't. I mean, this could be explained because it's a logo on his top. Right, there are other things on here. Noise analysis, which again would have to really look at a picture which hasn't been photoshopped to determine. I mean, these are both outdoor pictures. Okay, that is kind of what you'd expect to see from a sort of an organic picture. And if I flip back, what happens? Not much. I'll have to open the file again. Where were we? Okay, both outdoor pictures. You see, those two images do not look the same. You've got all sorts of stuff going on in the background with that one. Now, those with a better technical know-how might understand these tables. To me, they don't mean a huge amount, just a lot of numbers. But if you know what you're doing, then and string extraction. Anyone there know what that means? Oh, Cider Guy says it was Ali Akbar. Not quite, I'm afraid. You weren't too close, Sandy. Right. I'll go through the chat in a minute. I'll give you a rundown on, a last kind of look at these two web apps. Catch up on the chat, see if anyone correctly named. Where is he? See if anyone correctly named anyone in the photos. Right. Eman says they've got an infinite number of rovers to take pictures of each other, no doubt. An invisible selfie stick, I would not be surprised. Amazing Grace tells us it was a remote control camera that was actually taking the pictures. Brilliant. That was news to me. Maybe it was a drone that they flew up the 30 astronomical units to Mars. It's curious, if you look on like Google or something, how far away is Mars, it will tell you in astronomical units rather than miles, which is pretty out there. Right, the Chinese landed on the backside of the moon because the P900 1000 Nikon would pick up images. That's very true, actually, Sandy. Now with the incredible close-ups we can get, the excellent video footage that people take of the moon, you would expect, you would now expect to see them if they tried landing on the moon. So maybe that is why they're landing on the backside. Sandy, you can't remember his name, really? It's, I'll give you a big clue. I mean, someone might well have already named him. It was, baddie. He was a bad person, that's all I'll say. Talking about Max Eigen. I'm vaguely familiar with Max Eigen. I know he makes videos. He's been around a lot longer than I have, I know that much. So do I, Bobby. He's aged 22 when he was in Manchester. You remember that? Good. Right, I'm going to start bringing up the chat box again. I made a chat board out. Right. Yeah. I'll give you a few more seconds. I'm confident Amazing Grace should know the name of that gentleman. He's unfortunately no longer with us after he was quite critical of, what was that woman's name? I can't even remember her now. The one who performed at the MEN Arena. Well, yeah, he was very critical of her concert, and he voted with his feet, so to speak. Right, see a couple of you are talking about Max. He did make some comments about the happenings that went on in Christchurch in New Zealand, didn't he? And a lot of people don't agree with him. I always believe you've got to keep an open mind on every event that happens, which is not to say that he is right or wrong, and a lot of what he says is nonsense. Cider Guy, well done, mate. You get the... I didn't know his middle name was Ramadan though, but I thought it was just Salman Abidi, but you're probably correct. And they're trying to indict his brother, but he's been in Syria. Yeah, it's out there. Right, I would like to add a couple of links to these two websites. Bear with me a second, can I? Maybe I don't want to share that, do I? Okay, when I get a chance, when I get a chance, I'll add links to these two websites, Photo Forensics and Forensically Beta. Right, perhaps we will upload a couple more from this Mars thing and run it through forensically, because I think that could be interesting. And where am I? Save picture, that's what I want to do. Okay. Eamon Pajama asked, did we hear about Martin Hibbert, who was supposedly crippled in the arena attack? He got the figure 22 tap in his back along with the Manchester B. Yes, we did hear about that. Am I right in thinking he's now made a miraculous recovery? As in, he's not as crippled as they thought he was going to be? I know he featured in that ITV documentary. I got a feeling he's back on his feet now, isn't he? Back riding his bike. The thing is, there were so many people featured in the Manchester drama, and they all had such similar names, that someone said Martin Hibbert. Was he a police officer? Was he the one photographed with his daughter in a restaurant? That would be a good picture to put through forensically, actually. Right, Cider Guy, if you want to highlight someone's name, you literally just put their username into the chat, and it will appear to the username, to the actual person. It'll be highlighted. I think that's what you're referring to. Right, I'll show you an example. If you spell the name correctly, if one of you guys was to write Bobby Zines, it would then show up on our chat wall as in highlights. I think that's the only way you can do it. Sandy, you thought Martin died. Maybe he did. I could well be getting the guy wrong. Oh, that's Martin Hett. I think Martin Hibbert. Martin Hett definitely died. Martin Hibbert, I think, was the one who ended up with tons of shrapnel. Yeah, I hope I got... You're welcome, Cider Guy. Nick GB, has anyone heard of 153 News? It's full of hoax videos that YouTube has removed from the last few years. Yep, I do indeed have a channel up on 153 News. I haven't uploaded recently. It's judging by the figures, it's like quite a few people will watch the videos, but very few people interact or leave comments. And I suppose I'm just as guilty because I don't particularly leave a lot of comments. Yeah, Cider, you're right, it was spelt Martin with a Y, wasn't it? Or we were going to upload a picture to Forensically. Open. Where's that Mars rover? Right. It's difficult to do in a small screen. Error level analysis. Always good to do. Actually, I was going to say about these vids, there is a way that the press will get around, will avoid people figuring out that, putting their pictures on here. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in a minute. Right, we can see on the error levels some kind of boxing around here. Sometimes you have to change either the JPEG quality or the error scale. The best thing is to start with a screen as dark as possible. So like that. Put your opacity up high. The JPEG quality up high. It's a lot easier if you're using it full screen. Right. Actually, as Grace did point out, these CGI images might not necessarily show any obvious boxing or cutting or cropping. At least until we do this. Okay. Right, what are those? Okay, certain things are being picked up. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute exactly what the press do to get around people forensically examining their pictures and telling you it's photoshopped. Right, what was that? Katie Ruff. Who of us remembers Katie Ruff? There's a photo of me there, by the way. But I'd rather people didn't see that. Right, one way the press can get around. If we go to an image of Katie Ruff, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Actually, here we go. Right, this picture, for example, You see, it's terrible quality, and what they'll do, because this picture's blatantly photocopied. You look at Photoshop, sorry. You look at that ear. Look at the shape of that ear. I can never get around that. So what they'll do is they'll mock up an image like this, and then they'll show it on a computer screen, and then they'll just take a picture of the computer screen, and then that way their picture doesn't look terrible. Right, tattoos, that's another interesting one. Katie Ruff tattoos. Right, this is a picture where the mother went and got a really tacky, horrible tattoo. Maybe it's not tacky and horrible, but, well. So if we then were to put this, for example, through where is it? Photo forensics. What do you think we'd see? This is forensically. So getting there. Save picture as, and let's save it somewhere else. Yeah, that's it. Save. Forensically, upload, or open image. Right, for me, this should be one that immediately yells out Photoshop, because you don't even need to put it through forensics to see that. What in there? You don't even have to put it through to see on here. It's either a transfer. I mean, personally, I can see that's a blatant crop job, like a superimposed over the top. It's either a transfer or okay, well they have actually put these arms around on this photo, so the picture's immediately been manipulated, we know that. But you can see the same sort of bright orange. What are we looking at? Is this? Right, error level analysis, yeah. You can see here and here are the same colours, which I believe would suggest something is a little off about that picture. As I've already said, I think the whole thing is off. Yeah, I mean, you take a picture of your arm, upload it to one of these web apps and tell me if it looks anything like that. Right, I will go back to the chats. It's great to have people interacting in it. I hope I've greeted everyone that's joined. I do try and say hello to everyone that pops in. If I haven't, then yeah, just leave a comment and I'll gladly say hello if that's important to you. Right, you know, I said I'm going to be going for an hour. It's getting on for 1 hour. In fact, I'll have to look at OBS. How long we've been going? 53 minutes. So I will start winding down shortly. Misha, good evening. No. Yeah, good evening, Misha. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it looks like Cider Guy and Nick are reminiscing about Mason Wells. That was the guy, was he caught up in more than one terror attack? How's that for unfortunate? How's that for a load of BS, hey? Cider Eye, 5 hours ago, Bobby. Sorry mate, what happened 5 hours ago? I forget. Is that when I started this live stream? It probably feels like that to you guys. I was trying to think. 5 hours ago it was 2 o'clock. Right. Yeah, alongside my my suggestion for Reboot the Matrix, there's a load of great YouTubes out there. Is Amazing Grace still with us? I saw she had a really interesting video on coal, on how they've kind of scammed the country out of producing, selling coal. Now, Grace was talking about it from a point of view that power stations are no longer burning coal. Well, they are, but we're led to believe that it's going on to much greener energy. Ways of producing energy, when actually, yeah, coal is still being used across the world. Hi Grace, yeah, like I said, I thought that video was great. Another thing I think they've done with coal is by removing it from people's homes. I mean, there's very few homes built these days with a chimney, for example, a fireplace. Now, I remember staying at a mate's house. He lived in the middle of like the country, and he had a coal fire. And I woke up in the middle of the night with the embers burning, and it was amazing. The heat was beautiful, you know, it was really hot, but not to the point like when you leave central heating on overnight, it's all stuffy. This coal fire was lovely. And by taking away coal fires, they leave people reliant on companies such as British Gas, Eon, Southern Electricity, all the other people. They leave us reliant on them in order to heat our homes, and I think it's a shame. So yeah, I'm still following all your stuff, Grace. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all tuning up for my live stream. I did put a video up recently. I don't think what it's about now. Let's go to my channel. I should know it. Mudlight says they still have coal and wood burners in Eastern Europe. Yeah, I think wood burners are probably not such a rare thing, but coal seems to very much have disappeared. Like I say, only once that I can ever really remember sitting in front or sleeping in a room that had a coal fire, and it was incredible. It was warm all night and all morning. Yeah, right. My last video was about blatant product placement on EastEnders, where they heavily promoted the Spice Girls reunion tour. I thought that was a bit out there. Mudlark, you've lived in Serbia. Cool. Yeah, I recommend, as Sandy has done, subbing to Amazing Grace, because yeah, him and I both remember Grace back when she was UK Resistance, I believe it was. Right. Yeah, I remember that. Grace. Of course, I haven't always been Bobby Zines. The name Bobby Zines only comes because it happened to rhyme with Obby Lines from my first channel. Not actually my first channel. I did have a channel years ago, which was all sorts of things, but I mainly made videos about phones. My passion for mobile phones, that's what I used to make videos about. And now it's not something I'm so fussed about. Right, Cider Eye, you're saying people are signing up to Instagram using your email. Are you saying you've been hacked? I might have missed some of Cider Eye's comments. You had to change your username and password as you were being impersonated and trolled. That's terrible. Fortunately, well, I don't know. I don't think anyone would want to impersonate me. Wow, Cider Guy, that's terrible. Yeah, Sandy remembers Grace's video on the Glasgow bin incident. That was good stuff. Is that still up online, by the way, Grace? I know you uploaded some of your older stuff. Do you know what? There was one last thing I wanted to share with you guys, and it kind of links back to the video by Reboot the Matrix. He was saying about a picture that he couldn't find anymore. He believed this to be photoshopped. We'll just bear with me, I'll show you in a minute. Right, this is Carrie Simmons, Boris Johnson's partner, by all accounts. And he was claiming that he had been cut in, she, whatever, had been cut, photoshopped into this picture with David Cameron. Now he then said the picture had been taken off the Sun newspaper's website, which it had, but I've happened to find it again. And like I said, I've put it into Forensically and photo forensics, but what they seem to have done, it's such a low quality picture that you cannot determine, and they seem to have, I don't know if they put a filter over the top so you can't see what's going on anymore, or whether it's photographed off of a computer screen. But anyway, this led me to another video. This led me to another photo. This one. Can anyone see something a bit weird going on here? I'm not saying any of the people are photoshopped in, they might be. But there's something weird going on. Let's see if anyone can guess what I'm on about. I'll give you a minute. I see in the chat we're all reminiscing after Amazing Grace's videos. She was a wonderful YouTuber. Is a wonderful YouTuber. I see UK critical thinkers' names got mentioned as well. Another great YouTuber. Right, I had, not long ago, I did a video, it earned me quite a few subs actually, and it was on the subject of people using fake babies. Now, is it a coincidence that this woman in pink happens to be carrying a baby, which seems pretty inactive, isn't doing very much. Now right next to that, they've got a mug with the word virtual mother written on it. Are they taking the mick of it there. There is another picture of this baby, and like I said, I put it through forensics because it was weird. Man, such a terrible picture though, so low resolution. We have got the baby doing something at least. Is that a natural? I don't know. And is that the same mug as well? Like I say, the picture quality is so poor you can't make head nor tail of it. No, a bright white mug, bright white and purple. All of a sudden, white and purple, and the next shot, oops, comes into that. White, red. Who knows? Yeah, Mudlark, you got it. That baby looks weird. It seems to have sprung to life in this picture. What I will say though, last thing, bear in mind what absolute scumbags these people are. What do you think they're looking at on this computer screen? Look at this one's face. She looks horrified by something. Well, she looks like she's grimacing. David's laughing. And this woman seems more interested in the one in pink. Tell you what, I wonder if she might be photoshopped into the picture. I'm not saying for definite, maybe none of them are, but yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah, David Scamron, a very appropriate name slider guy. That's excellent. Yeah, do you know what? I am actually thinking of doing more videos looking at possible doll connections, because I think there's a lot more people out there with dolls. That might be something for the future. Eamon tells us he saw a video where the white helmets were rescuing a fake baby that had been buried after a bomb. Either that or a ventriloquist baby. It cried without moving its lips. Is that the one where they pulled... I think I remember it. He was absolutely covered in dust, if I remember rightly. I believe I've seen it. I haven't seen a video, I've seen a photo of that. Graceful dancer, yeah, that maybe is a pig. There's something disgusting going on. Cider guy, yeah, probably agree with you on that one. And Mudlark, how to talk, yeah, unfortunately that is the sort of thing you wouldn't be surprised to find out these people were involved in. Just talking about leaders and the ruling classes. I was watching. Do any of you subscribe to the guy? He used to be called Mr. E. I think he now goes by the channel name Transpocalypse now. Let's see if we can spot him a minute. I like to promote as many channels as I can. Transpocalypse now, this is the one. Now one thing, this is the video, FTOTUS for Totus. Now he made a very interesting point in that video, that by all accounts, David Cameron, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and I think there was someone else as well, men, and all their wives happened to be over 6 foot. What a crazy coincidence that is. Yeah, Mudlark, you've watched this guy, Transpocalypse now. Excellent YouTuber. He also seemed quite musical as well. I really enjoy his videos, as I do a lot. In fact, I'm going to put this guy's channel, link to his channel, in the live chat. If anyone's not subbed, I would recommend you sub to him. Yeah, who was it asking about how to highlight people's names? If you look in the live chat, if I'm not mistaken, my last comment, you should see that it's highlighted in yellow. Right, Bobby, check out the last vid by Reboot the Matrix and a link to the comment section to a comment I made. Strong connection with Bojo's girl boyfriend and Alistair Crowley's satanic cult. I haven't actually seen his last, I haven't seen his latest video. I think it only went up in the last day. Do you know what? I would be prepared to play it on here so we could all watch it, but I wouldn't really want to do that without Reboot's permission, but we could maybe watch a couple of seconds of it, couldn't we? Or we'll at least find your comment, Mudlark. Was it Mudlark? Sorry, Cider Guy. We'll at least see your comment. I do remember David Cameron had a child dying just up to near an election. For a lot of people that would be enough for them to have to take time off work, but didn't Mr. Cameron just keep going? Right. Where are we? Reboot. I know we've had Reboot commenting on some of my live streams. It's a shame he is not with us tonight. Right, Reboot. He'll be fine with it, yeah? Well, first of all, we'll find your comment, if you don't mind. It rings a bell about a link to Alistair Crowley. How many are we looking through? 31 comments. There we go. Right. Now we know these two duds had a massive scrap the other night, allegedly, of course. I was wondering what it was really over. Maybe, I don't know, am I reading the right person? Cider Guy, yeah, I am. Maybe, just maybe, it had seen your earlier vids, mate, and that was what kicked off knowing their secret was out. Was there a fight? I'm not heard of that one. In that, we got Mudlark commenting and Cider Guy commenting, two people who are also with us tonight, which is not unusual. I'm not surprised that Reboot and I have a similar audience, so similar audience members, like I said. Is this the comment you were referring to, or is there more? No, I can't lie, mate. I thought the same myself. The time was just uncanny. I think Team Cameron found the Photoshop picture I found. Told Team Bojo to take it back. I got a rough video on private where I said she was American, realised the mistake, didn't put it out. Now BBC News on papers now saying she was American. Okay, I don't know as much about this as you guys, I'm afraid. But like I said, I've got the picture that Reboot was referring to. We've already seen it. Well, I couldn't find it on an actual website. I could find it in an image search. Miscellaneous and Denver's comment. I just want to kind of see. Future First Lady of UK was accused of targeting Mary Boris. Okay. We'll go back to that vid in a minute. I tell you what, in fact, guys, this might well be a time for me to start winding down. That isn't Boris, is it? Okay, here's something about Crowley. Actually, yeah, I think I might have come across this. Probably through Reboot's video. In fact, he did mention that. I think it was him mentioned that she was in a play about Alistair Crowley or something. Yeah, all this looks familiar. That's all just about right. The B666. Classy woman, as we can see. You know what, I'm not 100% sure if I've seen Reboot's video yet. Good find. So this breaks down their narrative even further. We're told that she was a PR guru genius at the age of 22 and worked for the Tories. We'd have to say that she's at least 22, if not older, in these pics, so that doesn't seem to fit the story previously told. Just doesn't add up. Add to that this is she or isn't she an American, as Reboot the Matrix pointed out. My computer unfortunately is starting to slow down now. So I'm not sure how much more I'm going to get out of this. So is Boris Johnson's background, as they say, like a track to light? Carrie Simmons' relatives and media connected, as they always are. So make of that what you will. Someone... Yeah, Mudlock, you're right, they are all devil worshippers. Miscellaneous endeavours, isn't it? Yeah, thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Miscellaneous endeavours, was that the name of the play? Right, I tell you what, we'll do a preview of this video, and anyone not subbed to Reboot can see what they're missing. He's great. Okay, I'm going to shut my microphone up for, how long is it? 9 minutes. We'll watch a few minutes, yeah? So, Windows 95, Bobby, it might as well be. It is an old computer. I'm actually going to have to invest in something. I mean, you can do with live streams from a mobile phone, I believe. But I don't know, I don't think you can interact. Right guys, like I said, I'm going to shut my microphone off for a few minutes. I'll watch a few minutes of Reboot's video, and then I'll be back and I'll probably start winding down, okay? Be back in a sec.
The trainee package. So here is a more readable picture. So the newspapers or okay, so I'm going to show you how they're making up this character. So I actually felt bad for about a minute. Felt bad for a whole damn minute. Thought I'm being a bit hard on this one. And then it all opens up properly. Watch this. Watch this. You want to see how these clowns make up characters, make up people, fake, make believe people. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Here is the first hoax code. Carrie Simmons, Director of Communications, LinkedIn. Carrie has 13 jobs. Bang! There is the first hoax code. 13. I ain't going to tell you about the 13. Now, I don't like having to make these videos, but when you know you're being lied to, it is important to make the video. And whatever this is, it is a made up character. They are making up its past as we go along. You are living in a matrix. Man-made matrix. Now, how about that head? That is some conehead. That is some proper conehead. You ain't gonna tell me that's a woman's head, are you? And look at the size. That's what you call a elongated skull. Look what we got here. It's the black cab rapist John Warboys. Just happened to rape the same tranny Boris is allegedly dating. If you believe that. I was gonna call this one out a while back, but it weren't a lot to work with. But now that they've introduced another agent into the agenda, they just completely discredited this psyop. They just exposed it completely. The John Warboys hoax. More nonsense. Let's take a look at the bullshit. Metro. You can never trust the Metro. It's a free newspaper, propaganda newspaper. Give them away for nothing. And listen to their bullshit. There's your coded 13 and your 11, your 5 and your 6. Ex-Tory aide linked to Boris Johnson was victim of black cab rapist John Warboys. Sure it was. Carrie Simmons, the former Conservative Party aide linked to Boris Johnson, was victim of John Warboys and fought to keep him behind bars. It bravely waived its right to anonymity in order to reveal it was one of the black cab rapist's youngest victims. Complete psyop. Complete fucking psyop. Ms. Simmons was just 19 when it was given a lift home by serial rapist Warboys. The hoax is in the name. War boys, yeah? Boys going to war. That's what this one is. Boy going to war. Complete make-believe. Complete make-believe. Make the character up. Enforce a narrative. I'm done with that. Look, they've even gone to all the trouble to knock up a fake family tree. Yeah, a fake family tree where it's got links to a past prime minister. Carrie's tangled family tree. Yeah, look, everyone's a possible lover. This is a made up character. This person is complete fiction. Is Carrie descended from Downing Street? Basic made up story. The year was 1915. Britain was at war. Blah 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 blah. Liberal Prime Minister Herbert Henry, known as H.H. Asquith, sat down at a game of bridge with a pretty young woman called Hilda Harrison, wife of Major Roland Harrison. He was instantly beguiled. The following year, on August the 22nd, there's his hoax code 22. Hilda gave birth to a daughter, Annie. Oh yeah, Hilda Harrison as well, H.H. How Hitler. All coded, make-believe story. Make-believe story to sell this story. And there, at the end of the article at the top, the story has been doubted by historians and by Annie herself. She died 2 years ago. It's all just made up bullshit. Make-believe people. See all the trouble they go to sell you these New World Order trannies. Think about it. This one's just popped up out of nowhere, and straight away they're giving you a rundown on what it's wearing. This is how they do all this, just to sell you the tranny package. So here is a more readable picture. See how the newspapers or magazines sell it to you. Apparently it has natural and dewy and fashionably pale skin. I never knew that. Swapped its bleach blonde hair for 3 shades darker. Wears a scrunchie on its wrist. Sense of fashion fun still shines through, accessorizing with bang on trend. It's bang on trend. Leopard print scrunchie on the wrist. Boots. Its trusty flat ankle boots have remained unchained and give a first lady look a funky twist. Wow. Wears a Karen Millen dress, yeah, and carries a £3,000 handbag, yeah. 1 minute it is protesting whaling, but leather handbags, that's all right. That's cool. That's cool in the game. So I thought that I was done with the black cab rapist John Warboys connection. It turns out I was wrong. Here's a funny story. When I published the last video to YouTube, I had this video, a rough copy of this video ready to go publish the next day. And then when I woke up Thursday, John Warboys was back all over the news. Now, I thought that was a bit coincidental for my liking.
John Warboys, the so-called black cab rapist, was almost freed from jail last year, has pleaded guilty to 4 more offences in which he drugged women in order to sexually assault them.
At second glance, it's easy to tell this whole John Warboys psyop needs an investigation.
Okay, well, my thanks very much to Reboot the Matrix, as we kind of nicked his video there. Nick G made an interesting comment, suggesting that...
I need to take a deep breath.
Why does it keep playing?
Just to be clear, was that £2 million?
£2 million.
When is this the next one out? Right. Yeah, like I said, Nick GB, this will be the last thing I do now, and then I'm going to start winding down, has suggested that Theresa May, who we'll look at, is played by a family member of Margaret Thatcher. So I thought that would be an interesting look. Right. Okay, it's not something I've come across before, but I think it's worth... What? Okay, here is Mark. Now, of course, they've got him doing the ever-present Masonic hand gestures. Could that be Theresa May? It's a weird one. But as we know... Yeah, as we know. Margaret Thatcher with Theresa May, perhaps that would be... Oh, I can't even... The cursor isn't even showing up on my crappy computer. Okay. That might be something requiring further investigation. Fox News, host mistakes Theresa May for Margaret Thatcher. Okay, not quite X. But yeah, you can certainly see where I can see where Nick's coming from. Yeah, they do look very alike. That cider guy, you get recommended Dragon's Den. It's crazy. I don't know where they got my interest for Dragon's Den from. I have watched it in the past, but I got a bit fed up of Theo Cathetus keep flashing the old pyramid symbols and everything. But one thing I wouldn't doubt for a second is that both of these two are suspect in a big way. Yeah, thanks for that, and a huge thank you to everyone that's joined. Actually, right, one last thing. Sometimes it's worth looking at dates of birth. Who was born when? Right, born the 15th of August 1953, Mark Thatcher. So 15th of August 53, whereas Theresa May was born 1st of October 1956. Okay, not exactly right. We'll ask another question. Hi, you piqued my interest with that one, Nick. Thank you. How tall is Theresa May? Theresa May is 173 centimetres, 5'8". I bet she's taller than that, really. She probably became solid 180 centimetre range with heels. Okay. Right, bear with me. How tall is Mark Thatcher?
I found this on the web.
Right. I don't think they give Mark Thatcher's height, but who knows? No, it's not the sort of thing they note about him. Yeah. Alright, well, I'd like to thank everyone who's commented. Sandy123, Nick GB, Mudlark, Eamon Pudama, Amazing Grace. I'd be interested to know if Misha's still with us, the first person commenting. I said Cider Guy, thank you for taking part. Yeah, there's been a few other names that have popped up. Yeah, I really appreciate people taking part in the live chats. Makes it worthwhile, makes it a lot easier. Right, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend or what we've got left of it. I'm going to try and come back for another live stream soon. Yeah, Sandy, Theresa May has extremely long arms, no hips, no long legs. Yeah, and that's the truth, haven't they always? Right, like I said, if you haven't checked out Amazing Grace, Reboot the Matrix, Transpocalypse Now, along with anyone else. If any of you guys here have got channels that I haven't mentioned, then yeah. Nick GB, you're gonna have a dig. That's brilliant. Thank you. By all means, leave them on. Well, leave them in the comment section. I'll keep this live stream video up so you can comment underneath it. It won't be in the live chat, but it'll be in the regular comments. And yeah, thanks for going through these investigations with me. Check out Photo Forensics and Forensically. I will quickly put a link to both of them in the chat. Right. Bear with me. Right. And as I have said, I'll be back soon. Well, I know photo forensics is pretty easy. Photoforensics.com. I'm pretty sure that should take you there. What's going on here? Right. Forensics. That should be the first one. Oh, everything grinding to a halt now. The fans on my computer are going at 1,000,000 miles a second. Does that even come up as a link? No, it doesn't. Hang on. Okay, yeah, if any of you want to use these web apps I've suggested, then they're coming up now. I think. I've probably got to put HT. Ooh. Alright guys, enjoy, yeah, like I said, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks as always for joining. Let's just see if Photo Forensics goes anywhere. Or if I took you to the wrong... No, that's the one. Yep, the links are in the live chat right at the end. Okay, have a good evening everyone. And yeah, you're welcome, Eamon and everyone else. I'll catch up with you soon. Right, I'm going to hit the stop button, alright? Take it easy guys, cheerio.